And again, as a gift to you at home, we do something here at NewsNation that people don't do, certainly not enough, which is Republican and Democrat come on together. And remember, you both represent the American people. Have a conversation. And every time you see people agree to this, remember, those guys are fair brokers. Republican member of Congress, Dr. Rich McCormick of Georgia, Congressman Jake Auchincloss of Massachusetts, Democrat, of course. It's good to have you both. Thank you for showing up for the audience tonight. So the idea, Jake, that Zelenskyy didn't play this the right way, maybe he was ambushed, maybe he didn't see it was coming, but no matter what, he needs America. What was your take on what you saw there and the notion that Zelenskyy has to say, let's get back in the room. I'm sorry for my part in this.
Hey, Chris, thanks for having me back on again. Good to be with you, Mr. McCormick. What we saw today was diplomacy by temper tantrum, one of the more shameful exchanges in the history of the Oval Office. Donald Trump is claiming that President Zelenskyy does not want peace. President Zelenskyy wants freedom, and the American people and their representatives in Congress should understand that word, even if Donald Trump does not.
But what does that mean in terms of how you move it forward? Zelensky's going to have to give a little bit because he needs America's help. And if not, then what does that mean for our involvement?
I think President Zelenskyy needs to continue to maintain that a Ukrainian victory is in the best interests of not just Ukrainians, but also the United States and Europe. And to be clear about what a Ukrainian victory means, that is accession to the European Union, not to NATO, but to the EU with security guarantees under the Lisbon Treaty. That means freedom of navigation in the Black Sea. And that means sovereignty and economic development free of Russian influence. All of that can be secured through negotiations, provided that the United States and Europe stay aligned on military and economic support. There is this narrative, Chris, that Russia is winning the war. It is false. Russia is facing depletions in its manpower and its armored personnel carriers that are unsustainable. It's got double-digit inflation in the rear, and it has significant manpower shortages throughout its war economy. Russia cannot sustain this through the sanctions of the next 18 months. We have the leverage, but Donald Trump continues to undermine Western leverage in his reckless commentary that makes him look weak and feckless. And when he looks weak and feckless, Americans are less safe.
Well, look, Putin had a good day. He's probably going to get a better deal out of this situation because of what happened today. So, Doc, Rich, style points aside, nobody can like what we saw at the Oval Office today. But in terms of moving forward, what do you think this means for the administration's commitment to backing Ukraine?
Well, first of all, I want to disagree vehemently with what was just stated. You're not looking, there's nothing weak about what Trump did. You could say it was not diplomatic. You could say it wasn't helpful. But I think if you're talking about the most powerful man in the world, when he says something, and I'm a big fan of Zelenskyy. I tell you what, if he left his country, like Biden said, when Biden said, come to America, we'll protect you. If he would have left his country, that country would now be called either Russia or be a vassal state of Russia. We know this already.
True.
His courage standing up against Russia is what caused Russia to have 1 million casualties, lose 50% of their armor, and really take egg to the face, basically, in this worldwide effort to conquer some places that they shouldn't even be involved in. But if you talk about a country that has 1/5 the population and 1/20 the GDP, they don't have a chance. They're going to get ground down by Russia unless Europe comes with substantial support, unless the United States comes with substantial support. People forget we have a $27 trillion economy. Europe has a $20 trillion economy. See, that's a $47 trillion versus $2 trillion that Russia has. We should be dominating this. But quite frankly, this is up to Zelenskyy to get it right at the end of this, basically make sure that he understands Trump's personalities, that he comes humble, that he understands what he's dealing with, and that he gets the deal done. We're very close. But this should have been done behind closed doors, in my opinion. This reminds me of a Thanksgiving dinner where somebody gets mad and the wrong things are said. It's unfortunate it happened in public. These are two people that want the same thing. We want Europe and we want Ukraine to succeed. We want to have close allies in the area of a top 5 nation in resources. It benefits us economically, strategically.
I hear you.
Russia is not the good guy here.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.